In this Texas Farm and Ranch video, we are touring a beautiful property, and it is not only one of the most affordable areas of Central Texas, it is also one of the most beautiful. I'm Seth Koppel, your Big Lot Texas Realtor. We're going to start in the main house here, and then we're going to move over to the guest house, the barn. I'm going to show you the pond. There's so much to see, but this main house was actually completed in 2024. It has so many of the features that you guys are always asking me for, like these vaulted ceilings, like the beams, and wait till you see this kitchen, and especially the master bedroom and master bathroom are phenomenal. It's located in Bastrop County, near the town of Page. In fact, we're approximately 16 minutes to the town of Bastrop and only 59 minutes to downtown Austin. It can sometimes be challenging to find a beautiful equestrian property with a brand new home or almost new home. This home, like I mentioned, was just completed in 2024 by a wonderful local custom builder. I personally think they did a wonderful job making the home look like an older country-style home, but with all the latest and most modern conveniences. And for one, you see that here with these older style wood beams, although we do see that on a lot of new homes, but it is a tribute to the more rustic, older country-style homes. You have those beautiful wood-style floors in the main living space. And I personally love the mixture of the white cabinets on part of the kitchen and that green in another. But you can see here when I get up close to the backsplash, neutral, but with a lot of texture and just really well done. And I think you're gonna absolutely love when we go into this pantry area here. It's like a large pantry or a back kitchen like we see in the newest model homes. And you have this area there to put your small appliances, and of course more cabinetry, and it's just a really great design. And speaking of that, the floor plan is what so many of you guys are telling me you want. Basically, this has 3 bedrooms on the main level, the master bedroom on one side of the home, and then 2 very spacious secondary bedrooms on the other side. And then it has an additional beautiful space upstairs with its own bathroom. And take a look at this mantle. I love that rustic wood. It's just absolutely beautiful. And speaking of wood, let's get a close-up of these really rich wood floors. And I have to get you over now to the really beautiful master suite, master bathroom, and then we're gonna see the rest of the home real quick. And then I can't wait to show you this guest home, which is an active Airbnb. So if you're looking to live in the home and keep your animals, there's the barn and everything, but you can also Airbnb that extra home if you like to keep making some extra money while you live here. Or of course you can use it for guests or your own personal use. There's obviously a lot of options with a property like this. Maybe you have a home business that you want to run out of the guest home. And so here we are entering this stunning primary suite bedroom on the main level. Again, a continuation with the vaulted ceiling, the wood beam, and we'll get a peek of this smaller fenced area in the yard, which is kind of part of the main house. And then of course, like I said, we're sitting on almost 12 acres of land, so there's plenty of property to see, and I will be putting up the drone in a few minutes so you can see that. And here is this barn door to enter a beautiful master bathroom. And so after I share all of the key details of this home on the market right now, I'm going to share everything with you. After I do that, I want to also give you a few of the really important items on my checklist of how you can best evaluate acreage property in Texas. There's many points to it, and I'm going to share several of them with you later in the video. Really important stuff to know if you're considering acreage property in Texas. So let's talk about the main house first, and then we'll get over to the guest house. So the main house is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath home. And really the upstairs, you may consider it a bedroom or you may consider it a bonus room with a full bathroom. But either way, you have that set up. Like I said, there's 3 bedrooms on the main level, and then you also have 3 full bathrooms and the powder room, half bath. Again, you're sitting on almost 12 acres of property. And as you're seeing the beautiful finish out of this house, which, like I said, was finished in 2024, so very recently, just some of the latest designs that you're seeing right here in this bathroom as well, but really throughout the home. But again, paying homage in a sense to the classic or older style of a farmhouse. That's what you see from the outside, and there's a few elements of that. You've got the metal roof, beautiful porches in front, and a really nice covered patio in back with tongue and groove wood ceiling. We're gonna get straight over there in just a moment. Really nice sized walk-in closet here. They put in a closet system here, but of course some people I know are going to finish this out differently, but there's so much room. That's the main point. And this door right here goes into your laundry room, which, as you know, if you follow my channel, is a very common thing nowadays in the model homes and in the newer construction that we're seeing across different communities all over Central Texas. But I would just say, for this size home, I think this is a very well thought out laundry room and strategically located. I'll take a quick moment to tell you a little bit more about myself. Again, my name is Seth Koppel. I've been a realtor in Central Texas for 18 years now. I've sold over 500 houses, including new construction from over 30 different builders, many resale homes on large lots, and acreage properties. And whether you'd like a big greenbelt lot, 1 to 5 acres with a beautiful custom home, or that 10 to 100 plus acre farm and ranch property, I am here to help you out. And while I tour so many different properties, I try to do 2 or 3 a week. And while we tour different properties, whether that's a 1 acre lot with a beautiful home on it, or something like this, which, as you know, has 12 acres and a beautiful main house and a barn and a guest house, while we do it, I try to share with you bits of valuable information if you are beginning or exploring purchasing property in Central Texas. And I will be adding to that during this tour. We're going to be going through some bits of my checklist of how to evaluate acreage property in Texas. So we'll be getting to that in just a couple of minutes. And I should mention that all my contact information is in the description of the video. And so you can certainly look there or schedule a Zoom call with me at your convenience to discuss your search. But in the meantime, I'll just tell you my direct cell phone. If you want to reach out to me, call me or text me. It is 512-750-8495. We're going to take a look at the other secondary bedroom here on the main level, and then I'm going to get you outside so you can see the beautiful covered patio, fenced in yard area as well. They have a neat hot tub as well. The way they set it up is pretty cool, so you want to see that. I hope you're getting a good sense of the layout of this house, but if you do want a copy of the floor plan, just let me know. I'm happy to send it. Along the same lines, as far as how the 12 acres is laid out, I will do my best to show you where everything is located, both when we're walking around the property and also doing the aerial in a couple of minutes. But the main house is in the largest part of the acreage with its own gated entry. You have the horse barn, you have the beautiful pond as well. And, you know, basically the guest house has its own entrance. It's not gated. But I'll show you where everything is, including, you know, the barn is about 36 feet by 60. And then that also has a metal roof. It has concrete floor. You have electric and water. You have 5 matted stalls, the tack and feed room. And I'm going to show you all of this, but also you have the wash rack and then the arena where there's actually several horses that I think you're going to get to see. They're beautiful, and they may actually also be for sale, by the way. But the property is just beautifully done. You have different areas that are fenced and cross-fenced, pastures. You know, there's trees in really great locations for shade and whatnot. And then you have areas that are beautiful for grazing and riding. And of course, you can just enjoy the pond, whether you're walking around it or enjoying watching the birds, sitting on your front porch and whatnot. It's just a beautiful layout. But this is what I'm talking about. We're outside here. This is that really neat hot tub area. It's more than a hot tub. I think there's like a swim spa setting. So you could actually I think it has like a setting where you could swim in this. So I'm not 100% sure, but it's a pretty big hot tub either way. And then you saw the tongue and groove ceiling there. And what's neat about this is set up like this is your home, this is your homestead. And then really close by, you've got the barn and you've got the arena. And then of course the other direction in front, you have the pond, and it's just beautifully done. And then you could walk over as well, of course, to the guest house. And we are going to do that in just a moment. But I do want to show you the upstairs room, which is really beautiful as well, with its own bathroom up there. And you get a nice view of different locations of the property, which I will show you as we get upstairs right now. And I meant to do this earlier, but I do want to thank Randy McDonald for allowing us to tour today. What a beautiful listing. So there's more information to give you on this property. I'm going to do my best to share that with you now. And of course, if you'd like the full MLS sheet, the survey, the floor plan, and any other questions, of course, reach out to me. Take a look at how beautiful this is. There's your pond on your own property, beautiful trees. And I'm going to try to show you out that other window as well. I think I get that anyway. You got to see the bathroom here, but yeah, this is so you could see the barn from right here. And then beyond that, if you look over the barn, all the way by the road is where the guest house is. And so you're going to get to see more of that. But just look how beautiful all the facilities are, all the finishes in this home. Like I said, built in 2024, but beautifully done by a local custom builder. Again, you have the main house that's about 2,700 square feet, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, almost 12 acres of property. Let me give you the tax rate and the price of the home and the address. So the tax rate is noted as 1.57, and so that's pretty good. A lot of people I know would try and figure out a way to make part of this property ag exempt or wildlife, and that's something we could look into in how you do that. So if you have questions about that, of course you could reach out to me. But basically, oh, here you're getting to see the garage. Oh, hey, Randy. Checking his phone. All good. So anyway, sorry, the garage has some stuff in it, as you probably would as well if you were getting ready to move. So try not to hold that against us. But, okay, we're at 1430 Antioch Road here in Page. Okay, like I said, we're about 15 minutes to Bastrop in under an hour. 50 minutes, maybe an hour, depends on time of day, to Austin. And so we're going to get over to that barn right now. But again, let me give you the list price of everything that you're seeing out here. And really, I think it's a great value, considering when you see other properties on my channel, you're going to probably recognize this is a good value at right under 1.1 million. And I understand also that that includes the furniture in the guest house. So we'd have to get a lot of details on the specifics of that. But take a look at how beautiful this is out here. I really think you're going to enjoy just walking the property, relaxing on the front porch or back porch, and just enjoying the birds. There's a lot of migrating birds that come through this part of Texas. So hopefully they've already made it to warmer weather, because right now it's pretty cold outside. So I did mention, I'm going to share with you a few of the points from my checklist on how to evaluate acreage property in Texas. I have 14 main sections of things to consider when you're looking at acreage property in Texas. And of course, a super important one always with real estate is the location. But what I mean with location is, proximity, but also access to main roads, access to, local shopping, medical facilities, access to roads, access to utilities. And, sometimes you could find a beautiful piece of property at a really good price, but you're 30 minutes from the nearest even convenience store. And that may be not what you're looking for. And so here you're getting a peek at this beautiful arena out here. It did rain this week, which is great, but you see some puddles here and there. So here you go. It's a beautiful horse right here. I don't know much about them, but they have several horses, and I understand they are interested in selling. So if that's something you're looking for, to buy property and have it come with horses, I'm sure they would love to have the horses stay here where they're already comfortable. So number two, oh, hello, he stuck that photo in here. Fun. So number two on the list of really important things to evaluate on acreage property, you have zoning and land use. Okay, so is it zoned only residential? Is it zoned commercial? Is there no zoning? Are there any restrictions on the property? And even sometimes there are a homeowner association, which, we've talked about that many times. I have strong opinions about homeowner association on larger acreage properties, but that's something, everyone has a different opinion on, but I'm happy to discuss the pluses and minuses with you guys one-on-one anytime. But, you may have ideas that you want to, run a business, and you may want to think about future resale potential. Even though you're planning on buying this and living in it many, many years, I am always going to share with my clients, unless they tell me they don't want to hear it, which sometimes, very occasionally, folks don't want to think about selling when they're buying, but I am your advisor, and I want to make sure you're making a good financial decision. And so for me, that means that the property is going to do well and appreciate over the time that you plan to own it. And so I'm going to share with you what I think the potential could be for highest and best use, where you are going to either use it yourself to get the most value out of the property. But even if you have your own, of course, you're going to have your own idea of what you are going to do with this property. What a beautiful barn, by the way. But you're going to have your own ideas. But even so, it's really important to consider what the next buyer, the next owner is going to consider doing with this property, because that is going to have a huge impact on your investment potential and resale potential, and the amount of money that you're going to gain in equity over the time that you own this property. And I really try to share that with you. I have a lot of experience in investing in real estate myself, and I always want to share that information with my clients as we're going through every single property that we tour. Okay, we're getting into the guest house here. Remember, this is not brand new. This is an older home, but beautifully updated in so many different ways. And I will point that out as we go through. But remember, this is being used as an active Airbnb to generate income for the current owners. You could continue to do that if you own the home, if you purchase the property. Of course, you could use it for many, many other things. I could see using this for guests, of course, or your own business, or for family. Maybe they're going to be here all year long, or maybe part-time. And then you can have it for guests when they're coming in, and Airbnb it when they're not here. So there's lots of options. Maybe you want to run a business out of this, or keep it as your home office. Anyway, like I said, so many options. But look how beautiful. The kitchen is really well done. The floors are well done. Cabinetry, beautifully done. Very, very open. I really doubt this was the original floor plan, because so many of the older Craftsman homes, they don't have this much open space. Look at that beautiful countertops, just with the veining there, and then lots of natural light coming in. You have that country farm sink, stainless, with the apron front right here, and beautiful countertop, beautiful backsplash. Try and peek out the window for you so you can see what's behind you. There's some other little structures around, beautiful trees all around this property. And so anyway, we're going to get the drone up in just a couple of minutes. And then also I'm going to show you what some of the roads are nearby, because this area of Texas around the Bastrop area, it is called the Lost Pines area. And that is a very fitting name, because you don't have a lot of pine trees around any other part of Central Texas. And when you drive through, and I'm going to show you some of the roads as I drive out, it's just beautiful. So, but here we are in this guest home, and you can see some nice moldings around, and just really perfectly set up as an Airbnb. And if you would like to know the history of the Airbnb as far as revenues and how much it generates, another thing, I'm happy to follow up with you on if you reach out to me. And of course, my contact info, again, it's in the description of the video, and just reach out to me anytime. You've got 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, which is really a good layout for an Airbnb or a guest home. Getting back to my checklist of how to evaluate acreage property in Texas, we covered number 1 and 2. And remember, there's 14 items, sections of my little report, and I want to cover number 3 with you. Gosh, I love this bathroom, by the way. I love the design. It's just so fun and beautifully done. The materials, it's just a neat design. I like the tile, the countertop, the mirror, everything really flows well together. Okay, so number 3 is topography and terrain. And what that kind of covers is, of course, if you're looking to do anything agricultural, farming wise, whether you're looking to have animals or plant, you want to know what the soil type is, the quality of the soil, how much rock is there, and versus clay, loam, etc. Really important to understand that. And that is going to vary by region to region, area to area, and even property to property. And so super important, of course, understanding how sloped the property is. And that's why we're going to walk these acreage properties, drive the acreage properties, get down and walk everything so you could see it. Super important to also understand, very important to understand flood risk. Of course you don't want your home in a flood zone, and there is the option to have flood insurance. If that's the case, it can get expensive. So it's really important to understand what that means and what the cost would be. But even if the flood risk is on your property and not on your structures, you still want to understand what the risk is and understand where that is. And that way, if you're going to be doing any planting or whatever you're going to use your property for, that where's the greatest risk, and do I even want this property if the risk is too great. And then, of course, there's other natural features that are super important that are pluses or minuses depending on what you plan to do with the property. Having a wet weather creek could be a huge plus, but if you're not looking for that in that location of the property, maybe not so much. If you'd like the full report on this, reach out to me. I'm happy to send it over. I'm here as a resource for you, so if you just want to discuss any of these questions, but if you just want the report, just shoot me a text with your email. Again, my number is 512-750-8495. I am trying to plan, so here we are on the road, so you could see the beautiful, taller, piney trees out here. It's just so beautiful. So I am trying to plan which properties, type of properties, specific properties that I'm going to video over the coming weeks and months. I'd love to hear from you on what you want to see. You want to see acreage properties like this one? You want to see 1 acre homes, custom homes on 1 acre, or homes on large lots, maybe back in a green belt? Shoot me a text, mention in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Look at this beautiful pond. What a beautiful property. Thanks so much for watching.